depending on how you would define success, my feeling is that we're all successful in our own rights. But do you think hardship is linked to that success? Can you be successful without hardship? Take it, we've all had to overcome certain things. Deyah, Esther, do you think you've had to overcome anything in your careers to get to where you are? I know you kind of hinted at misogyny beforehand. What's that journey been like?
My sister.
My good sister. For me, I think one of the hardest points for me that I had to overcome at the beginning of my career, I was managed by someone like this guy, and he was investing a lot of money into my career at the time. And the promotion and the idea was, you need to sell sex, that's how you're gonna get. You wanna blow? Sell your body, talk about your sensual stuff, like, that's what he was basically pushing. And I was like, I think there was even a time I was like, I'm like trying to get closer to God, like I'm actually thinking to this course. He's like, nah, no one's gonna buy it. I was like, yeah, cool, no one's gonna buy it, cool. And like, yeah, he would push that. And long story short, like I said, invested a lot of money. There was like a shoot one time I had, and we were shooting like in this like big freezer room. And we were there like doing like these dance takes, and he's come up to me and he's whispered in my ear, oh, your bum looks really nice in these trousers. And in that moment, I'm like, this guy just put 15K down for this music video. I've done a crazy press run for this song. Am I really about to flip out? No, I'm not about to do that. I'm about to firm it, and I'm about to just comply. I said very quietly, I was like, that was inappropriate. He was like, all right guys, yeah, let's run it back, let's keep recording. And I found it funny, the fact that he had to come. He knew it was wrong, because if it wasn't, he wouldn't have had to come.
Said it.
He literally stopped the whole thing. He was like, guys, stop, I need to quickly speak to Esther. Here's me thinking he's gonna be like, oh, give energy this next take, you know? Give your best, like, this is your time. No, your bum looks nice in those trousers. And that guy's like, what, 40s, 50s? Got kids, married, everything. And there's so many moments I've had in the music, I'm sure you can relate, like, where men are just inappropriate, but you're in a situation where there's something you want from them, and they know that, and they know that they might not be, that you may not be able to get it from somewhere else, so you just have to comply. And I feel like doesn't define me, but it's a part of my story, and it is a struggle that I did have to overcome.
I was gonna say, do you think it affects your career path? Because obviously as a guy, I've never been, for example, in a studio session where I'm like, if this guy says something inappropriate and I don't like it, he's not gonna give me the beat or whatever. Have you been in situations where people dangle the carrot
100%.
if you accept their inappropriate behavior?
100%. There was another situation I had where I went to Brighton to shoot a music video, and God really turned this situation around really beautifully, but before it got beautiful, it was quite dark, and I basically had this idea of, I've got these nice cameras, like I'm trying to shoot this idea. I've sent him some ideas, I'm like, let's run it. He's like, yeah, calm down. Like, there's even like a spare like room that you can stay like here, like it's calm. And obviously we were cool in it, like it was very platonic. We never had anything before that. So fast forward, we shoot a music video, amazing. And obviously I was meant to leave the next day and he would like, give me the file. That was it. That was how we were meant to run it. Get back to the place and he's like, oh, the other room, there's someone there, like you can't stay there. This is around like what, 12, 1 a.m. I'm in Brighton, innit? So it's far from Thamesmead. And yeah, he was just like, he basically forced himself on me that night. And I didn't really have like a lot of money them times, so I couldn't really like just bounce. And long story short, he still was like, he was basically, you have to wait. I need to edit the video. I'm gonna send it to you in the morning. It's time to edit the video. I'm not giving you the video. I'm not gonna lie, because I feel like you're gonna go and chat about this whole situation. Like, I'm not giving you nothing. I tried to comply, I was quiet. I was like, no, like, I tried to reason with him. Long story short, he didn't give me the video. Got back to him, and I remember going home crying and telling my mum about my mum was crying that day as well. And she's like, don't worry, you're gonna be bigger than Beyonce. Don't worry. She literally said that. But she was crying though. She was crying, like, as she was saying that. It was quite a sad moment. Love Island and I Saw It First reached out to me that week. And they were like, we want to invest 5K into a music video of your choice. We're gonna put it into a competition draw. You can win 25K. Everything's free, wardrobe, everything. We just need you to come. And that was my first ever brand deal. And I thought, wow, God is so intentional. Because I really thought I was gonna stop doing music around that time. I said, wow, I just wanted to be a star, like, and this is the result. Maybe I shouldn't do it. Maybe this is not for me. That was what I was telling myself. And I got the success through that hardship. Didn't want to go through the hardship. but I made out on the other end. So
Thank you for sharing, man. I appreciate it. I got 2 follow-up questions. One of them is for Deyah, because I'm interested in whether that's a unique experience or whether you've experienced similar. And then the second one is to the man them. Like, do you find yourself having to check man them for how they go on with girls in the industry, and do you think we have a responsibility in that?
Yeah, I unfortunately have experienced something similar and quite a couple times. And also just in general, when I've been in studios with producers and their boys walk in for whatever reason, I don't know why you're not here to try to do some work, but do you know what I mean? And they come in, they automatically think I'm some groupie. They never think that I'm the artist there to record until the producer's like, no, this is the artist. Like, what, you rap? What, you, girl, rap, you? And they'll just wait to hear me in the booth. And then that's when I'm like, you got me to say
and you know what it's about.
Just that in itself is uncomfortable every time. And even when I turn up to shoots, people don't recognize me as a, not because of, I mean, they would recognize me because I'm not out there like that, but just when someone says, oh, this person raps, it's like, but again, it's like, well, you a girl, you rap. So yeah, that's just mad frustrating. And I've had meetings with labels, and one of the things they talk about is, you know, if you wore less, or if you cussed a bit more, or if you, then the audience would be wider, it'd be bigger. And there was one label we had like 8 dinners. Oh my gosh, we had meetings, we had dinners, we had all this nonsense. And then it was the final meeting, and they kind of hooked me in. It's something we were talking about earlier. They kind of hooked me in. I was like, okay, cool, we're gonna get signed. And the terms and conditions of how I needed to have my hair, how I needed to dress, how I needed to, was crazy.
It's mad,
we never experienced that. Yeah. Sorry.
Let's go to our big jackets.
Imagine. So yeah.
Sorry.
But that's a good thing to reflect on, because I've never seen a contract where they've told me what to wear and how to have. So it's crazy that it goes to that level. How about with us guys? Because I don't know, growing up where we grew up, different areas, I've been conditioned from young to view girls as almost like a commodity, do you know what I mean? An object, so.
Yeah, no, it's heartbreaking hearing stories, and I think, obviously, yeah, I think it's only right to apologise on behalf of men, you know, that play that representation and make it so difficult to navigate this playing field. It's frustrating, even me, because like, my little girls are 11 months, and it's like, to know, I think it, more than ever, it feels more challenging to know that's the world that we're in. I think it's easy to kind of try to understand, but when you actually, I think now that I have a little girl, I think, man, like, what can I do to actively like break away those stigmas that exist in this place? So yeah, I think it's tough, because as you said, bro, like, there's no comparison of being in a studio session or, you know, at a music video and feeling challenged in such a way. So that, yeah, I can't relate, you know what I mean? I can't relate.
Can I add one thing? I wanted to just say, as a woman as well, I remember when I got married, my manager at the time was so angry that I got married, because he'd said that you're no longer going to be appealing to the single men out there.
Is that why I do it?
Imagine.
Like,
and when I had my first child, when I found out I was pregnant, bearing in mind we were told we couldn't have children, so it was a massive blessing. He called me and dropped me straight away and took the money that we'd earned because I was pregnant. And so even just as a woman trying to navigate the industry,
crazy,
and keep pregnancy a secret, because people are, I can't work with you because of this, or I can't work with you because you're going to go off for however many months. And so even just that in itself is really difficult as a woman.
That's outrageous, because it's not even true as well, because my favourite artist over the last couple of years is Cleo Soul, and I got into her because of an album called Mother.
Mother.
So it's not even true.
The thing about it is,